Hello there, my name is Dr. Wambura and thank you so much for joining this channel once again. Happy New Year wherever you are from. I just thought that I should actually just go ahead and record this for you because I was going through the joint catalog just because I was trying to help someone to apply for Erasmus Mundus scholarships, and I noticed some of them actually are still open, so I just wanted to go over some of them that I thought would be very, very interesting for you to go ahead and check out. Like you may know, the Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters Catalog currently has around 185 programs, really, so which is actually a very, very good thing because you would be able to apply and for as many programs as possible. And at least we do have some programs that have an application period that is going to run all the way to March. Once again, obviously, these deadlines are very dependent on the program that you're interested in. So it's important for you to check out the deadline for applications for each and every one of those programs. So without further ado, I would hope that you obviously are familiar with the Joint Masters Catalog because I've spoken about it for quite a long time. So let's get started with the 5 programs that I think are actually quite interesting for you to go ahead and apply. So I will begin with the first program, which is going to be one of those programs that you get to see. It's a very new program, rather, in other words. So it's the first international joint master's degree in resilience education context, and this Erasmus Mundus Joint Master in Resilience in Education Context is, as you can see here, is a 2 years full-time program that will seek to address the need of the need to provide a meaningful, relevant, and balanced education for children growing up in adverse and marginalized circumstances. And this program is actually a very, very new program. It is going to be offered by the University of Malta, which is the leading partner, or rather the consortium that is going to be leading this program. We will also have the University of Crete in Greece, the University of Lisbon in Portugal, and the University of Stefan Cel Mer in Romania. Now, this program is going to be supported by 5 other associated partners, which will include a university in Canada, a university in Pretoria, South Africa, Orebro University in Sweden, University of Sao Paulo, Brazil, and the European School Psychology Training Center. And now this is going to be the very, very first time that this program is actually going to take up pupils. So this is the first edition that will begin in October with 3 mobilities in 3 different universities. Now, the last semester is going to be a dissertation, and it could be an online or a face-to-face at one of the 4 universities. So what usually happens here is that once you put up your application, you will go to the University of Malta, you will go to the University of Crete, you will also go to the University of Lisbon, and then obviously be able to choose for your 4th semester which university you would like to go to. Remember, this is a 2-year program, fully funded, and therefore once what I usually say is definitely come over to the program to just be able to see the requirements of this program. So now the entry requirements for this program would be someone who has done a bachelor degree in education, social sciences, or any other area related to professional work with children and young people that would be relevant. Some of the various documents that would be required by this program would obviously be a proof of nationality, an English language test, motivational letter, a curriculum vitae, Europass CV, as you can see here. You would also need to have recommendation letters, and this is one of the programs that is actually asking for a deposit of 25 euros, which will be reimbursed within 5 working days from the submission of the application. Now, all documents would need to be in English, so which means that you need to actually translate your documents and make sure that they are all in English. Now, these requirements are definitely mandatory for some. You can definitely go ahead and ask, in terms of the English language test, whether you can be able to get a waiver. This is something that you can discuss with the consortium, obviously, and see whether this is something that you can get. Now, once you apply for this program is actually open until the 15th of February 2023 for you to be able to actually apply for it. And so what you would need to do is, in case you have any type of questions, you can use this tab here, contact us, and you can send either your message using this form, or you can send the consortium an email directly and be able to see whether they can be able to answer some of the questions that you might have. Now, since this is a very, very new program, I would encourage you to definitely go through the curriculum and the program that is going to be offered. Really, this is something that you should do for all programs, and be able to see what exactly you would be studying throughout the program. Now, this program is going to incorporate some very interesting aspects of things to do with resilience in human development, things to do with family therapy, learning and diversity, positive psychology, behavior management, project management, and entrepreneurship, just to mention a few. And you would also have to go for summer school in South Africa to be able to observe various schools and services and be able to learn from the organization in South Africa. So this would be one of the programs that is open. Remember, like I mentioned here, once you check the entry requirements, you should be able to start preparing for those requirements as early as you can, so that you are meeting the deadline, which is on the 15th of February 2023. Now, another thing that you would need to notice here is the cost and funding that has been mentioned here on the program. Now, they have said that an average of 13 self-funded students will be registered on the program. So which means that if you would like to go on a self-funded basis, this is something that can be arranged, because they will definitely be taking 13 self-funded students. So if your application is actually a very, very good application, then you should be able to go ahead and go through and perhaps do the program as a self-funded student. Now, the program has also mentioned the fact that there would be, EMJM scholarships, and, the closing date, the 15th of February, when they close the application, then for everyone who would have already applied by then, they would be considered for an EMJM scholarship. So this is very, very important information. And, these are things that you have to read every single one of these information pieces that have been placed on this website, because they would be able to guide you into various thought processes before you actually go ahead and apply. Now, I am going to go ahead to the next program, which is something that is very interesting as well. We have another program here that is known as the MES Home. As you might have already realized, is that Erasmus programs have different acronyms, and different acronyms would be, for instance, MES Home. You would have Cybermax, you would have IMFSE, and so on and so forth. So every program has its own acronym that is somewhat a short form of the program itself. Now, this program is known as Masters in Environmental Sciences, Policy and Management, and this program is being operated by 4 leading European universities with support from 2 universities in the US and Canada, which is quite exciting. And this program again lasts 2 years and would be in different universities. We have a Central European University in Hungary or in Austria. Rather, I think it would be, either you go to Central European University, Hungary, or Austria. We also have the We also have the University of Egan in Greece. We also have Lund University in Sweden, and the University of Manchester in the UK. Now, this is an Erasmus Mundus joint master's degree that is going to be receiving support from Erasmus Plus, and now this program is open for applications, and the application period is going to run all the way, I presume this was until March. I'm just gonna confirm that. Actually, it's on the 1st of February 2023 for people who are applying for Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters Program. But if you are applying as a self-funded student, then this is going to go all the way until March 15th, 2023. Now, this program is actually very interesting. The reason as to why you definitely want to do this program is because of the diversity in the people that they are looking for in this case. Now, they have mentioned on their website that you must have earned a first degree, a bachelor's or equivalent, not less than 3 years of full-time studies from a recognized university, and your first degree should be in environmental studies or any other closely related fields. Candidates with also first degrees in agricultural studies, social sciences, legal and administrative studies, economics, engineering, or natural sciences would also be considered if you show that you have some sort of commitment to environmental challenges. Now, we do also have some language requirements that this program is requiring, and they have stipulated the scores that they would be considering. So this is something that you would also need to check out. Now, they have also explicitly mentioned that to be exempted from the English language proficiency requirement, you must include a written request as part of the application package. Decisions regarding exemptions are at the discretion of the MES Home Admissions Committee and will be communicated to applicants after the first stage of the selection process. Now, this is very important information because, as I keep mentioning, that you can be able to get an exemption for an English language proficiency test. However, it is at the sole discretion of any consortium that you are applying for. That is actually going to check your application. So be very vigilant to check that information, and if it's not clear on any one of the websites, please make sure that you can be able to check it out so that you're not missing it. Now, you would definitely need to go ahead and check again all these tabs to be able to understand exactly what is going to be covered, how the program is like, the curriculum, and so on and so forth. And they have also explicitly mentioned something to do with Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters Scholarship, which is definitely, they have mentioned here already that the scholarship will cover travel, visa installation, subsistence cost, and is calculated on the basis of a monthly unit cost of 1,400 euros per month, which is correspondent to about 33,600 euros for the 24 months that you would be studying this program. Now, this program is also very, very, very important to notice that, again, it's for 2 years, and the fact that you would be able to have in summer, you would be able to take an internship that is supervised by the program and is going to be hosted by associated partners and other organizations. Now, this is a very interesting part because you get to go for an internship and you get to understand also in-depth, career path that you would like to have in the future. Now, another very interesting thing that this program has mentioned is that all the graduates who receive a Master of Science, an MSc degree from Central European University, Lund University, the University of Egan, and the University of Manchester. Now, this is one of the other programs that you can shoot your shot and be able to go in if this is the one of the fields that is of your interest. Now, I'm going to go to the third program, and the third program is definitely something that has become the norm in the tech world, and this program is known as CyberMax. Now, CyberMax is an Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters degree program in applied cybersecurity offered by a consortium of 3 highly ranked universities. And this is a university in Turkey, a university in Germany, and in North Macedonia. Now, during the 2-year MSc studies, students will study at 2 of the consortium universities and graduate from both of them. Now, this is quite interesting because you get to go to Turkey, you get to have a little bit of Turkey, a little bit of Germany, a little bit of North Macedonia. Now, this program is also very, very crucial to go ahead and check what are the admission requirements and the documents that would be needed for you to produce. Now, to be admitted, first of all, you will need to have at least a degree that meets their criteria, and this degree would be something that previous degree needs to meet our requirements, as they say here, and you would also need to have an English language test result, and your test scores will need to fulfill their minimum requirements, and you would need to submit the test results as instructed before the given deadline. This is very important information, guys, for you to be able to check and see whether you actually have the requirements for the language as stipulated right here. Now, one other thing that you also need to notice is that this program has also mentioned something to do with the selection process, and in the selection process, they have mentioned what they will be considering the most. Now, one of the things that they would definitely be considering is the relevance of the previous studies that you have done. And in this case, they would want you to have a high quality bachelor's degree in computer science, computer engineering, electrical and electronics engineering, information technology, management information systems, physics, or mathematics, or close fields to those. Now, this is one of the most important things, and here they have mentioned as well that required background consists of sufficient studies in mathematics, programming skills, algorithms and data structures, databases, theory of computation, and so forth. Now, you also need to notice that they will be considering your academic performance, they will be considering recognition and quality of institution, motivation, which is one of the most important key things that I have spoken about on this channel, any other relevant achievements, English language proficiency tests, and so on and so forth. So be very wary of that so that you cannot miss that part out. Now I will go to the next program that is also very, very, very nice and very, very almost new program. Now the application period for this program is also still running, and the name of this program is the Master of Science in Public Sector in Innovation and E-Governance. One of the most crucial programs that I can actually even imagine, because nowadays everyone is going into e-governance and digitalization of the public sectors. So this is one of the most important programs that you can actually apply for. Now, e-governance and the digitalization of the public sector are most likely one of the most important reform trends for the future public, as it mentions here. And this is one of those programs that has been very, very, very important even on Twitter. As you can see, they also have some Twitter feeds here that are already right here. So, and they are trying to obviously let you know about the application and be able to check out this program. Now, it has a very excellent journey, and for prospective students, one of the things that you would want to know once again is obviously what is required of you for you to be able to apply for this program. Before you get to know what is actually required of you, now you would need to have to know that this program will allow you to study in at least 3 different countries. So you would begin your studies in Leuven University, which is in Belgium, and then you will continue in Munster University. I'm definitely saying that wrong because that is very German. And for the 2nd semester, and in Tallinn for the 3rd semester. This is in Estonia, and then you will dedicate the final semester to your master's thesis, and you can decide pretty much according to the desired field of specialization where you're going to write it, whether that is going to be in Belgium, in Leuven, or in Munster in Germany, or in Tallinn in Estonia. Now, one of the other things that you would need to know is obviously in terms of the admission, the selection procedure, and what exactly they are looking for in this case. Now, obviously you would need to upload all the documents that are required of you online and be able to upload them ahead of time, because sometimes people pretty much do not take this very seriously, so I have to keep on emphasizing this. Now, one of the academic requirements for this program is you need to be a holder of a bachelor's degree in social sciences, political sciences, public administration, information systems, information science, informatics, engineering, business, law, or an equivalent degree mentioned in these areas. Now, applications from candidates with a degree from other disciplines than these ones that have been mentioned can be taken into consideration if professional experience in the field of study is demonstrated. Now, you would also need to have an English proficiency certificate right here. Once again, you can obviously perhaps request for an exemption. It is not guaranteed because it's at the sole discretion of this consortium. So you would need to at least maybe send them an email or ask about exemption from this email right here. So you would be able to get some answers from that, and basically, first of all, go through this all the tabs on this program website to be able to understand the program in depth, and now before you can go ahead and put up your application. Now this program also has mentioned something to do with the differential things that would be needed from a candidate who has an EEA degree and one who does not have an EEA degree, which means that these are just differences in terms of whether you have a European degree or you have studied in a university that is within the European Economic Area or not. Now there are two very major differences right there, so please make sure that you can check them out so that depending on where you are applying from, then you can be able to actually put up a very good application. Now, of course, they have mentioned something to do with fees and funding, and the tuition fees pretty much for someone who is coming from the European Economic Area would be 3,900, as well as someone who is not from the EU. So in case you would be also interested in perhaps doing a self-funded program, this is information that is something very crucial. And because this program also usually has partial tuition fee waivers for students coming from the European Economic Area who applied before the 1st of June 2023. So pretty much, again, go ahead and check out the program and see whether this is a good fit. Now, for the 5th program that I sought to speak about on this video today is about International Master of Science in Fire Safety Engineering, which is, again, a 2-year full-time master's program that is within the Erasmus framework. And this is a very, very, very important program because, again, it pretty much tells you about how to manage fire safety and engineering. Now we have quite a number of requirements that are stipulated here, and this is a very vibrant program because they have mentioned that they would need someone who has done a bachelor's or a master's degree from an accredited institution in civil, structural, mechanical, electrical, chemical, industrial engineering, material sciences, chemistry, physics, applied physics, architecture, urbanism, and spatial planning or a related discipline. Now, this is very diverse category of students that they are looking for, and you might have a bachelor's or already have a master's in any of these fields, and you would qualify for as one of the academic requirements for this program. Now, we also have English language requirements, and these ones are definitely something, again, that you would possibly request for a waiver if at all it's possible. It definitely might not be possible, and they have also stipulated which tests that they would be looking for in this case. They would also need for you to be to legalize your degree. This is usually a very long process, as they have already stated here, but in order to ascertain the authenticity of your diploma or your degree certificate, certificate, they need to receive a duly legalized copy of that certificate. So make sure that you can read this information on this link so that you can legalize your certificate ahead of time. Now, the legalization method depends on your country, where you're from, and you would possibly need to go, not possibly, you would need to go to the Belgian embassy of your country so that you can be able to legalize your certificate. And as they state here as well, the application procedure is basically in 4 steps. So first of all is to check your eligibility criteria now, and then go ahead and fill out your application form, have all the necessary documents including all the legalizations, and in that case, after that, you would be able to put up your application. And this program actually includes an interview, and they have mentioned this that scholarship applicants, the interviews will be in February, and for self-funded applicants, the interviews would be after file reviews when suitable for both parties. Now, very important to notice is that this scholarship is open for application by the 1st of February. Now, it says here that applying after 31st January is only possible for students who are able to come for a self-sponsored basis. So I would imagine that by the 31st of January, to the very least, you have put up your application, and so you can be able to be considered for a scholarship. Now, once again, this is very important to check all the tabs of this program website so that you can understand exactly what is expected of you and whether this is a program that is meant for you. However, you do have some bit of time, so that is all I had time for today. Because I just wanted to get to speak about some of the programs that are still open for application, and I would want to see some of you actually apply for them. Once again, there are also other programs that are also open for application, and you can check them out on the catalog and be able to shoot your shot and see whether it works for you. Once again, remember, if you are feeling that like, hey, this is already too much, it's already too late for me, you can prepare ahead of time and put up your application on the next application period so that you have all your documentation in place and you're not rushing towards the very, very last minute. Once again, I wish you all the best, and thank you for sticking out on this channel. Definitely going to keep on giving you best pointers and open applications that you can put up so that you can make that move, you can make that study abroad decision that you have been toying with for such a long time. And I do hope to see you applying for these programs, any one of them. Once again, please feel free to interact with me on the comment section, subscribe, like this video, and until next time, wishing you the very best. Bye.